guys and gals, this is Gojira 2012 here again with another toy review, and this toy review is on the NECA Pacific Rim Series 1 Knifehead. For this review I wanted to do something a little different. Usually I review Godzilla figures, but with the news of Pacific Rim 2 being an actual thing, I figured why not review a Pacific Rim toy? It's only fitting, right? So for those of you that have seen the movie, which I'm sure most kaiju fans now have, you'd recognize this guy from the beginning of the film where he went one-on-one with Gypsy Danger, this Jaeger, and had a pretty kick-ass fight. One of my favorite fights in the entire movie. As far as the movie goes, I thought it was pretty good, although it did make a few questionable choices. But you know, like a lot of movies, every movie has problems. You can't say no movie has problems. Every movie does. And as I said that, I'm sure there's some people out there who are going to comment, you deserve to get crucified, or you should go fuck a dead sheep. well, you know, joke's on you. I've already done one of those things. But enough about me and fucking a dead animal. Let's get into this review. This figure was made by NECA, obviously, as I said in the beginning of the video, and from the looks of it, it looks really nice. The detail's pretty cool. I mean, if you look at this figure right now, like at the video, which I'm sure you are, hey, look, make eye contact with Knifehead, he's asking you very nicely. This thing, if this was real and you actually encountered it, I'm pretty sure it would bite your head off in an instant. Knifehead looks very ferocious, and like in the movie, and I think NECA really captured that with this figure. The claws look really menacing. Really looks like it could tear through your boxer shorts, you know. Why your boxer shorts? I don't know. First clothing that came to mind. Wink wink, humana humana, whoo! The toenails look nice. The skin texture I actually really like on this figure. It's different all over. Like, you got the little bumps here, and then you got the ridges on his legs, and then like in a lot of places it looks leathery. It's actually really cool if you ask me. The tail looks like a stingray. Why? Because, well, have you ever seen a stingray? Yeah, that's why. And then we have this thing on his back, and I really don't know what it is. Is it like an egg sac? Is it like a gigantic like leech or something? I don't know. Leave a comment in like the comments section and let me know what it is, because I'm really curious, and it's kind of bothering me to the point where, because of how sharp this thing is, I could probably go down the street and like stab somebody and then go to prison and spend time with Big Mike, and I'm sure my butt's not ready for Big Mike, but I'm willing to do it anyway. Let's look at the articulation on this figure, because like all NECA action figures, they're bound to have some kind of articulation. The mouth, it opens and it closes. But look how weird it looks when it's closed. It looks like he's chewing on his tongue, like that noise exactly. So I prefer to have the mouth open. Looks more menacing that way. Very ferocious. Like, you know, a kaiju. The arms, both of them bend, as well as go up and down, you know. Your typical NECA articulation for these guys. Same with the legs, except they can actually kind of go out, you know, like that. They swivel. Then they go out and in, and they also bend. But you know, that's really convenient, especially if you want to pose them in a certain way. Sometimes like that, see, sometimes the figures don't want to stand depending on how you pose them, so, you know, hopefully I get this right. And ta-da! I got him to stand! Give me an award, give me an Oscar, something, anything, I don't care what it is. The tail is like a wire thing, you know, like one of those weird wire things, so you can bend it however you want, like that, you know, like that. I just prefer to have it, you know, bent, even though that's probably not the best way to do it, but I just do it so I have more, you know, room on my shelf. The paint job on this figure is pretty nice too. Like a lot of the early NECA figures, there's a lot of gloss, as you can see by the lighting. The yellow strips look really cool on the figure. I really like the blue eyes. I don't know what it is, I guess I like blue eyes. Wink wink for anyone out there who actually has interest in me. I'm sure nobody does, because, well, just look at me. The painting around the mouth is a little odd to me. I mean, it just looks kind of lazy, but, you know, who am I to judge? I probably couldn't make a figure like this, even if it were something on my bucket list. I probably couldn't. So let's move on to sizing. because everybody loves sizing, and if you don't, well, there's the door. You can leave. No, no, no. See, it's right there. It's right there. Don't you see it? Oh, that's right. You're not in my house. Well, if you are, get out. Here he is next to Gypsy Danger, who is so big he is standing out of my frame. Here he is next to the NECA 2014 Godzilla. Here he is next to the NECA Godzilla 1985. Here he is next to the Bandai 1999 Gamera. And last but not least, here he is next to the Bandai Ultraman. What the fuck? I could have sworn I just grabbed Ultraman. You know what? This is getting really old. I know a perfect place for you.
I hope you like it cold, because you're gonna be freezing, motherfucker!
Now, here he is, next to the Bandai Ultraman. So yeah, overall, this guy is a pretty decent figure, even though sizing on him isn't that great. If you're really looking for sizing, I'd say buy one of the later releases. They're way better with sizing. They made a much taller model. But as far as like better looking goes, I think I gotta give it to this one. I don't know what it is. I think just the stance alone looks a lot better than the one that NECA released later on. That one looks like it's slouched over to the side, not in like the front or anything. Whereas this one is just kind of like in a straight up pose. So yeah, if I had to rate this figure, I would give it a 4 out of 5. It has pretty good detail, you know. It's NECA standards, for crying out loud. You can't get anything too top notch unless you want to pay like $50. At first, I didn't really want there to be a Pacific Rim sequel. I thought they wrapped up the story really well. But, you know, looking at it now, I'm glad Gimoro, whatever his name is, Del Taco, finally got his story off the ground. And now it's actually going to be made into like a series. So, you know what? Good for him. I'm glad that his story is being made into like a series. You know, good for him. But as far as these figures go, they're pretty good. They get better later on, especially with the Gypsy Dangers. I think NECA's on like their 15th version now, but I'm not really sure. I lost track a long time ago. But yeah, if you want to get a Knifehead, and you know you don't know which one to get, for me I would say get this one. But if you want one based on sizing, get the later releases. Those are much better for that specific reason alone. This is Gojira 2012 saying farewell for now.